like Miami. Miami, 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 Miami.
Time out. Where's the draft beat song? Whoa. It's 10 in a row, G. Start that thing.
It feels like the draft. Draft beat, draft beat, draft beat, draft beat. Draft beat, draft beat, draft beat, draft beat. Draft beat, draft beat, draft beat, draft beat. Draft. Draft beat, draft beat, draft beat, draft beat. Draft beat, draft beat, draft beat, draft beat. Draft beat, draft beat, draft beat, draft beat. It feels like the draft.
Welcome to the Miami Heat Beat Postgame Show. I'm your host, Giancarlo Navas. Very sad tonight as the Heat lose their 10th game in a row. With me today, we got Coach Lou, who's really happy.
March Madness is on. The Heat are losing games. The Spurs won a game. Shout out the Sixers for sucking. It's a great day today. It's a fantastic day.
Today's a bad day. The Heat lost. Argentina won. Not a good football day. Shout out to Ecuador. They won. Why is chat asking if I went to Japan recently?
It's the hat.
I wish. Oh, this is a Melee hat. This is Slippy. This is how you play Super Smash Bros. Melee online. So if you want to get on that, if you want these peach hands, hit me up. Chat says at least it's Friday. And I gotta be honest with you, that's all I got. I agree, humble gent. At least it's Friday. That's all I got. Lou is happy. He lose 10 straight. They have I believe a 9-point quarter to close the game.
18, but I mean, it felt like 9, so I think you're right here.
Okay, well, it felt like 9. They got to
felt
18.
like 9 for real.
I guess my app didn't refresh when I checked earlier. I think I tweeted out in the fourth quarter. It's a 6-point quarter, which is so funny because that's wrong. I thought that was real. That's so funny. Oh my god, I was like, yeah, they had a 9-point quarter. Well, it felt like it. Heat lose. It was a pretty awful fourth quarter for them. A lot to get to. I don't even know where to start. We will run the Tankathon later, so stay tuned for the end of the show for probably the most important thing that we're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
Lou, I guess we'll start with the collapse in the fourth quarter. I mean, once again, just can't score, can't do anything. They were outscored. 18 points in a quarter is just simply not good enough. They had a great first half, and even in the third quarter at times, they looked really potent, and it just totally went away from them. And Houston didn't score a point for almost 4 minutes. And the fact that they could not capitalize is just frankly sickening. And at this point, it's beyond lineup changes and everything. Tyler has really regressed, which I think is kind of the sneaky thing to what we're watching right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, listen, his stat line tonight: 8 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 of 11 shooting. You know, that's whatever. 6 turnovers is pretty diabolical. A couple of those at the very end to kind of punch it for the Rockets. But Lou, there was a possession in the fourth quarter where he has a pick and roll with Khalil Ware on the left side. They run an empty corner, and Tyler just throws a lob to Khalil that's like over his shoulder. He has to catch it. Sengun is right there. He puts up a far ass hook. And I'm like, what the fuck are we doing?
Man, I'm going to be honest. Somebody just said it in chat. There you go. Amen put belt to ass to Mr. Tyler Hero. It was...
Amen Thompson's good.
Yeah, Amen Thompson is fucking sensational. I wish we had them twins in Miami. But anyways, Tyler he has been nothing short of awful over the last week, excluding maybe the Pistons game where he put up 28. But like today, you talked about his struggles offensively, as it was apparent with all the turnovers, and he didn't particularly have a good shooting game. I believe he was like 3 for 11, didn't make a 3, only attempted 1 3. His 3-point volume has been regressing heavily over the last, at least what it's felt like over the last 2 weeks, just from like the eye test stuff. But my goodness, you want to talk about a triple negative defensively too. He was the the reason Fred VanVleet had, let me check the box score here, 37 points. I want to say at least 25 of them were on Tyler Hero. Just screen navigation was non-existent. Hustle, ability to stay in front of the ball was non-existent. As they went with no Davion in the starting lineup, and they put Tyler at point of attack, and the only thing that he was attacking was the Heat's big men, because he was making them do everything the entire game. It didn't matter.
Especially with the drop that Miami plays now. I mean, listen, as everybody knows, I watched a lot of Toronto Raptors basketball back in my day, and giving VanVleet that cushion at the top and pick and roll, that's just a three he loves to take, and they won a championship of him making that shot against drop. And pretty insane that Miami just went, you know what, Tyler? Go get him, kid.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of questionable decisions, but I think that one in particular, because if it felt like Davion actually was able to guard VanVleet for most of the remainder of the game when he was actually on him, but he just got going so early, hit 9 threes. Like you said, G, it felt like at least 7 of them were against that specific drop coverage.
Yeah.
And, a couple off the dribble, obviously. But still, like, just Tyler was horrible defensively, staying on the ball, offensively taking care of the ball. And that's just, you can't have that. I got added on Twitter the other day saying Bam played 3 good quarters and 1 bad. That's not what a max player is supposed to do. Tyler played 4 bad quarters. That's not what an all-star is supposed to do.
Damn. Let him have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought, and one of my concerns with them playing drop is something like this. I understand why they do it, but and we've talked a lot about it, especially when they started deploying this kind of coverage last season. But you kind of get stuff like this where a really good pull-up shooter can do this to your defense, especially when they can't contain anybody off the dribble. The starting lineup was interesting, though. Well, I wanted to talk about that a little bit. Jaquez was a starter tonight, and this is I believe it's the second game in a row that they've done it. Which I kind of understand. Spoelstra probably looking for something for him to kind of spark something in Jaime. I know it's not a move to make the team better. I think he's just trying to find something for Jaime, and it makes sense, right? You play him with your best players, right? You're playing him with Andrew, with Bam, with Tyler, with Kalel, right? He has talent. You've seen what he could provide you. You say, okay, well, he'll do some ball handling. He'll do some playmaking. He'll be your point guard. And hopefully these good, better players can kind of help him succeed. And that's just not been the case. Just a shaky handle. I don't know how many turnovers he had today. It felt like a few. Just really feels like that's not super working out for them. 2 assists, 2 turnovers, -8. Really a nothing on offense for him. Just kind of existing. I don't really know what they can do with him. I thought tonight he had a lot of possessions where he gets in the paint, a couple Rockets come to help, and he just can't make that pass when it matters, and he gets trapped in his dribble and he's pump faking under the basket, and that happens so often tonight. And I'm like, what exactly is he doing to help himself or the team?
I don't know, G. Like, I generally don't know why he keeps getting run. Why his leash, like, I'm not.
No, I
against
mean,
him.
Lou, it's very clear they're just trying to get him going. Like, that's what's happening right now. But I just don't know.
I don't think this is the role for it, though. I don't think you get him going by playing him alongside 3 other guys who are going to demand the ball more than he is, or that I'd rather the ball be in their hands as opposed to his. I think if you really want to if you want a last-ditch effort to get Jaime Jaquez going, you have to revert to what you did last season. Kevin Love needs to be your 5. with Jaime coming off the bench. He needs as much floor spacing.
Kevin can't play like that anymore.
And then, that tells you everything you need to know about Jaime Jaquez. Because he is a negative floor spacer. He might be the worst jump shooter at his position in the whole NBA. That's what the stats are telling you this year. Like, he is awful. The starting lineup today in 14 minutes and 23 seconds per pivot fade was a minus 30.5 net rating with Mr. Jaime Jaquez Jr. on the floor. That's minus 8 points in a game they lost by 4.
That's
like, it's horrid. It's horrible. They couldn't, they had a damn near 37% turnover percentage. They could not take care of the basketball. The lack of a point guard to really calm them down was very, 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 very apparent.
I tweeted out they're missing an elite ball handler so badly.
Yep. Yeah, and it was extremely apparent by just the amount of turnovers in a game like today, where Tyler is getting, Amen Thompson has 7 steals, and Tyler is getting ripped, and just everybody, like, they couldn't contain a single thing. You don't give Davion bench minutes. Like, he needs to be in the game to help Tyler in these situations. Like this, like you mentioned it before the show started. Can you have the stats for like the difference in Jaquez with the starters as opposed with Davion? Davion with the starters was a positive 27 net rating. That is a near 58 net rating difference between just one player being swapped out for the other. And it's not to say Davion is a world beater or a spacer.
You have the defensive rating on that unit?
Yeah, absolutely. So with Davion,
it's probably really good.
With Davion and the starters, so Davion instead of Jaquez, they had an 83 net defensive rating and a 110 offensive rating.
You see that, like, the defense, it makes sense when it's Davion
point of attack.
When it's Davion, Wiggins, Bam, Khalil, and then Hero as your weak link, but it at least makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely, because you have with Jaquez in with the starters. First of all, you don't have relief at point guard, but you don't have relief defensively in terms of guarding, especially with the drop that you want to play. You need somebody who's really good at screen navigation, getting over these screens, and Davion is excellent at that. And Hyman, nor Hero, nor Wiggins can realistically do that consistently at the point of attack to the level of Davion. And it was apparent, like, with Jaquez, their defensive rating today was 117. And without him, I mean, just with Davion, it was 83. That's a gigantic difference in a game that, they only lost by, we say 4 points. Really, it was 7. Bam hit a last-ditch 3 with like 1 second left. But it is what it is.
Pad them stats, big dog.
Absolutely.
They've had a couple heartbreakers in this stretch. I mean, they've lost a lot of close games. I mean, I just saw the list of all 10 that they've lost. So it's Cleveland, Minnesota, Chicago, Charlotte, LA, Boston, Memphis, New York, Detroit, Houston. That Cleveland and Minnesota game were really close. That Charlotte game was close. That New York game was winnable too. The Detroit one was another heartbreaker where Bam played really, really well. And then there's tonight. There's just a lot of. And how many of these games did they lead by double digits? That's the other thing.
I saw a stat. I don't know if it's true or not, but I saw it on Twitter. It said the Heat have, out of their 41 losses, 20 of those losses, they have been leading by double digits.
I saw that too. And I just, that feels true.
I think it was Kenny who tweeted it.
And I think that, like, the NBA is different now. Like, double digit, like a 12-point lead doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
but I mean, we're seeing 17-point second half leads go away.
Consistently.
Like consistently.
Mm-hmm.
Barry Jackson tweeted, the last time Heat lost 10 games in a row, it was also against Houston in 2008. The Heat started Dwayne Wade, Shaw Marion, Mark Blount, Jason Williams, and Darrell Wright.
Timeout, G. Did you say 2008?
Yes.
Hold up, guys. Do we know what happened in 2008 come draft lottery?
They didn't pick. They did not win the lottery.
They did not, but they had the second overall pick.
They were the worst team in the league. They drafted Michael Beasley, who...
Listen here.
I love Mike. Mike is a cult hero. That pick was not great.
Stop it.
That
Listen,
draft was also not very good.
what?
2008.
Rose, Beasley, Love, Westbrook.
Yeah, it was okay.
It's pretty sensational. Anyways, guys, before
And Beasley
Mr.
was
G,
Beasley was the consensus number
Number
2
one.
pick. No, Beasley was the consensus. Derek was the consensus one, but there were conversations, leading
Beasley
up to
was the
draft.
consensus one that year. It was between him and Rose almost all year, but he ended up being the consensus one. And then Chicago, hometown kid, obviously bodes well. Yada yada. They needed a point guard. Regardless, the
OJ
vibes are high,
fucking-
guys, because the
OJ
last
fucking-
time the Heat lost 10 games was also against Houston. And they got the number 2 pick that year. God damn it, I'm fucking here for it. Dylan Harper, fucking tighten up them shoes. We need a point guard. Bring him over.
That draft is pretty good. I'm wrong. Gallinari,
Told you.
Eric Gordon,
Sensational.
DJ Augustine, which people are gonna laugh, but DJ Augustine was in the league a long time and was really productive. Brooke Lopez, Jared Bayless, Robin Lopez, Maurice Bates, Roy Hibbert, JaVale McGee, JJ Hickson, Ryan Anderson, Courtney Lee, Serge
Telling you.
Ibaka,
Get me
Batum,
Dylan Harper.
George
number
Hill,
2.
who was traded for Kawhi Leonard. Pekovic. Man, Pekovic, that's a name. You want to talk about
Goat.
Mario Chalmers, DeAndre Jordan,
The goats? Like, what are
Omar Asic and his Adam's apple?
we? Is that Adam Apple?
Gogi?
I'm telling you. You over here saying the draft was weak. You need to go back to history, man. The Heat need this number 2 pick at the minimum. It would do wonders for
Patrick
them.
Ewing had a son?
Yeah, junior, I heard.
Yeah, he played. He got drafted by the Kings. I didn't know that Patrick Ewing was Jamaican. Did
Me
you?
neither.
Chad,
No.
did you know? Chad, did you know that Patrick Ewing was Jamaican? Chat says yes.
Yes.
Well, Lenny Lester says yes. I made Lenny representative of chat. I was like, he's just one guy. I was like, oh damn, yes. Well, there we go. I didn't
Yes,
know.
we got 2. I didn't
know either.
I wasn't watching basketball.
I did
back
know
then.
Roy Hibbert was Jamaican.
I never
did
cared.
Somebody, yeah, today goes, I never cared. So okay. Well, cool.
Guys,
Cold envelope Ewing. So Luke Bamute. It's fun looking through this draft. That was fun. Yeah, man. So they stink. Jaquez, bad. Davion, good. Davion took the worst step back 3 in the corner
Yeah.
I've ever seen in my life. I was like, but he gets a pass because he literally has not done a single thing to make me upset. That one did, but I'm like, you get a pass. You know the one I'm talking about?
Yeah, it was basically after they killed 10 seconds off the shot clock, and he was like, well, guys, what the fuck are we? We have to shoot. We're down by 8. And then he airballed. I think he got blocked.
It was
but-
after the Khalil steal, I think.
Yeah, it was that same one. That Highsmith had it, and then Tyler had it, and then Tyler said, I don't want this, and he gave it back to Highsmith, and then Highsmith gave it to Davion. Davion said, fuck it, I'll shoot.
We talked
He
about
missed.
Amen taking Tyler's cookies. That was pretty bad. Oh, did you see this was funny. Did you see when Dylan Brooks was talking shit and fell backwards?
Hilarious.
Dude, hold on.
Acting a fool
I
moment.
have the clip here. He's like that made me happy. Is that dude such a dickhead? Dude, I don't know who he's talking to, but he's
It was so
eat shit, motherfucker. Legs up and everything. Tyler, why are you still walking the fucking ball up, dog? Run! His ass is on the floor. You got a 4-on-5. Bam is running. Like Bam sprint. You see, like Tyler, you gotta run, dude. That shit was so funny.
After he scored, too. You ever seen Kevin Hart tell the story about how Shaq used to fall? Oh, no. And it was in slow motion.
Dude, that's so
Exactly what Dylan Brooks.
Every time I hear like a story about Shaq from back in the day, I think that man needs to be arrested. Have you seen the Lou Amundsen toothbrush story?
I've heard.
When he was on the Suns, that he put Lou Amundsen toothbrush in his asshole. I don't know how that guy. I don't know how somebody didn't shoot that guy. That's not funny. You think that's funny?
No, absolutely not.
I like what the fuck? That's what's funny about that?
Why did Lou Admonson let him do that?
You
Why
know,
did everybody let him do that?
You know, I wanted Lou Amundsen on the Heat for years. I was like, that's a hustle guy.
I believe it.
The other thing, today's a little bit disorganized. It's Friday. I gotta be honest, chat. I'm fucking tired. Chat goes, wow, high and mighty G acting like he's never brushed his asshole. Can't say I have. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what he has a girlfriend for.
Yeah. Whoa.
So, yeah, he got him. Clip that.
Clip
that.
She's gonna murder me. Content, babe. Content. I was gonna say the two. How'd you feel about the two big lineup today? Because Houston really killed them on the boards. Check was MHP Dark. That's a classic. MHP After Dark is a classic.
Man, I don't like at some point. Like, yes, some of this, what like the two big lineup is a false theory that since you have more size, you can rebound better. When if that size doesn't box out, then you can't. You know, the size doesn't matter. Hashtag MHB After Dark. But
it's the thickness and the width they want.
Yeah. And, you just have to be util. You have to be able to, actually box out and
no,
stuff.
But I actually thought that when the two bigs were on the floor together, the rebounding was fine. Like, I didn't think it was particularly bad. I think Houston is just a good offensive rebounding team. It was really when they had one of the bigs on the floor, because then they have like Highsmith or Wiggins at the four. And really, after trading Thomas Bryant, they just don't have another center. So what happens is like they can't play together as much as I think they would want them to play together, because one of them has to be the center when the other guy sits, and then they only have a little bit of overlap time, together. So I think a little bit of that's going on, because like Love is pretty unplayable.
Yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying, but like it's not even just on the two bigs, it's on everybody. So like the bigs being able to do their part, even though today the opposing bigs had 9 offensive rebounds just between Alperin and Steven Adams. So like some of it, I didn't think Kalo had a really, like, I thought he was particularly pretty solid for most of the game, but he's still taking lumps. The wings crashing in always has killed Miami. I think Thompson had 3 rebounds. Eason had 3 rebounds, offensive rebounds. I'm talking like these extra possessions. The team ended up with 15 offensive rebounds against Miami. Like, that's not going to win you many basketball games. It's not completely on, just the two bigs. It's on everybody. And, this is a team that, like, the Rockets are a team that lead the association in second chance points. So this is common for them, but still you would have liked to just have a little bit more hustle, getting outscored 23-8 in second chance points and 16-10 in fast break points is not somewhere you want to be. So, I mean, they just got out hustled today.
I 100% agree. Chat says I'm going to start a Lonely Fans. That's mean. My girlfriend loves me. I'm in a happy relationship. I miss chat. I miss you guys. Yeah, I mean, what you're saying is right, and I think ultimately, like, and I saw that there was some discourse on the timeline today about kind of the size, and ultimately, I think if you have a switchy wing that can help alleviate some of the responsibility from the bigs, that helps you. Right, a guy that can box out, that can be physical, or just find another guy with size. But then now you have 3-4 centers. They got complicated. I think Nico being out also affects that too, because that's another body that you could play. You could play 2 6'10" guys, although he's not a huge rebounder either. And I think their size, as you kind of were talking about, is like not physical. And like that's not a knock on Nico. It's just like that's not his game.
No, yeah, Nico just
he's a finesse player. He's not.
Nico's missed, but not because of the rebounding. He's missed because he actually gets him settled on offense and provides rim pressure.
Yeah, he does. And no, I mean, I think he helps him. I actually think they miss him defensively a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. Just the length in general. Yeah.
I thought
he's
he was
missed
really
because
turning out.
Jaime is playing. So that's all you need to know.
Like I think he was turning out to be a really kind of solid defender. Obviously not. I think there are coverages where you kind of worry for him, but I think like 1-on-1, especially against kind of bigger wings, I thought he was doing a really really good job. But I think you saw Houston's athleticism at times, like like anytime the Thompson twins, kind of leak out. Like a man had that dunk on Hero in the open court that over the head, boom boom, bang. So fucking fast. Like they don't have anybody. I mean, I don't even know when the last time they had a guy like that was.
I don't know.
LeBron?
In terms of like speed
and athleticism, like probably. I don't think they had anybody after
probably
him,
LeBron.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe James Ennis.
Get the fuck out of here, James Ennis. King James Ennis. I was there for the King James Ennis game.
Maybe James Ennis. Maybe damn dude, I just Bill Walker. There you go. Maybe Bill Walker.
Billy. I mean, they had Shannon Brown after.
Shannon
Brown.
That's
a name. I love just naming guys. Fucking Shannon Brown, bro.
Yeah, Tyler Johnson was an athlete.
Get the fuck out of here. No, he wasn't.
I mean, I mean, for the Heat standards, those are.
Oh, chat's right. Gerald Green.
Ooh.
Yeah, Gerald. That's a good chat. That's a good one, Gerald Green.
Derrick Jones Jr. I mean, but
yeah, but DJ
he wasn't
fast
particularly
like
fast.
Yeah,
he was just
like
bouncy.
He was bouncy and really skinny.
How have we gone 27 minutes and not talked about Mr. Andrew Wiggins putting up 30 points? Dude, I thought he was pretty fucking good today.
I know
you're on your hater era, G. You need to stop. Wiggins was brought here to be a role player, and they're asking him to be a star. And I thought today he did pretty damn good. 30 points. I believe he was 9 for 10 from the floor. Like what more do
Where
you want
was
from
he?
that man?
Where was he the fourth quarter and the first quarter and the third quarter?
I mean, during those 3 quarters, he had just in the second quarter alone, he had 6 field goal attempts and 7 free throw attempts. The rest of the game, he had 6 field goal attempts and 2 free throw attempts. Like, and it wasn't like he was bad. He was 6 for 4. I mean, he was 4 for 6. It's just like, I mean, it is what it is. Like, he's not getting the same leeway. He only played 29 minutes today, which I think is actually criminal considering you played a bunch of guys 30 minutes, including Tyler Hero, 39 minutes. Like, whatever. You can say what you want. I think they went away from him, and I don't think that's particularly his fault. But you can make the argument: could he have kept this level of consistency? Probably not. But he was the only one who was getting to the basket today. He was the only one who got to the free throw line, had 9 free throws, finished the game 10 for 13. Just did his job, +4 in the 29 minutes. Like, I don't think this game is on him whatsoever. Oh, your mic is muted.
I just get annoyed that he has zero consistency. That's just my issue. It's just like I'd like him to.
But today he wasn't inconsistent. Is my point.
Yeah,
like,
bro. Where was he the fucking whole second half?
Gee, he didn't get the ball. He did not get the ball.
Bro, whose fault is that?
What do you mean? He played 15 second half minutes, was 3 for 5 from the field, and 2 for 2 from the free throw line.
Impact the game, bro. You're not allowed to like disappear and be like, it's not my fault. You're not Duncan Robinson. You're fucking
Terrell Ware took more shots in the second half.
Yeah, demand the ball, bro.
Bam took more shots in the second half. Davion took more shots in the second half.
That's a
Tyler
problem.
took more shots in the second half.
Yes, he can't let that happen.
That's just not on him.
No, I disagree.
When he went nuclear in the second quarter, it wasn't like when he had a 20-point second quarter, like I'm pretty sure Tyler wasn't in for majority of that second quarter. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I think he was. I mean, they played that closing lineup. I know that we talked about with Davion. That was really good. So
he was in for like half of the second quarter. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So Barry, that tweet I had earlier about Barry Jackson that he said the last time the Heat lost something in a row was 2008. Blah blah blah. Somebody goes, didn't Wade get hurt in that game? Barry goes, he had 33 in 40 minutes, and I think that's funny for a couple of reasons. One, couldn't have been farther from the truth, that tweeter. Two, the fact that they're the worst team in the league, and Pat Riley, who was the coach at the time, is like, well, Dwayne, 40 minutes, get out there, get us a win, big dog.
Now
If it could happen to prime Dwayne Wade, it could happen to any of us. Let me tell you that.
Not much has changed. They said Andrew Wiggins go out there and win this basketball game.
He had 30 tonight?
He had 30.
Yeah. So, okay, well.
30 in 30 minutes.
Obviously, the most important part of the show tonight.
Let's fucking go. By the way.
It's the fucking Tankathon, baby.
By the way, guys, I'm just letting everybody know. I might. If you're interested, Jeremiah Fears is playing basketball. I think I just forgot his name. I believe it is Jeremiah. He's playing right now against UConn.
Thank you for stopping the show for that.
And Jace Richardson too. I'm just saying, y'all might want to tune in.
Kind of augment Tankathon. Okay, so we have Tankathon here. We're gonna run the draft simulator. Are we ready for Tankathon? 1,
Let's get
2,
some W's in the chat.
3, tank. Okay, he's at the 9th.
It's because of you. It's because of you.
Okay, you do it. You count us down. You count us down. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, in 3, 2, 1, tank off.
Okay.
All right. Good night, guys. What the fuck
All right, chat. Do you want to give us a countdown? Chat, let's make this interactive. Come on, chat. Give us a countdown. Ready? Come on. I want to see some activity. I want to see some activity. Chat says 3. Chat says 1. Chat says $. Chat says 5. Chat says 2. That's all the numbers. Let's go. Oh!
Sorry.